Hello and welcome to another Wargame Airland battle. Today we're on Oslo. It's a 2v2. I'm playing with Zerg and we're going to be playing against a Lieutenant Colonel Mr. Kim and a Captain Arpokso Taolyo. I think they're from the east somewhere. They might have been Koreans actually, I'm not quite sure. But it should be quite a good match because they're reasonable ranks. So, Oslo. I like Oslo. It's one of the old, basically, one of the old European escalation maps that they've revamped for Wargame Airland battle. So there's a road that goes all the way down the middle, and if you've got units on the road, this road, they're sort of invisible to either side. There's also some big flanking areas off to the left and off to the right, and basically there's two sides. The right side, which has got the reinforcement points, and the left side, which has got three quite high point regions. So my job on this map was to start off with 3 CVs, which is quite expensive, but I was going to put a CV on Bravo, a CV on Charlie, and hold a CV in the base at Alpha. So a little bit of a holding action from me. I'm going to send a few units of some light tanks and some infantry and some anti-air down the middle road, and a few choppers with some anti-tank guns over towards Gulf, and see how far I can push them up before I spot the enemy. Zerg was going to be a bit more offensive. He was going to try to push all the way up to Foxtrot and certainly try to get Echo, and he was also going to send out a number of planes at the beginning to try to slow their advance down. As far as they're concerned, let's have a look. They actually have 3 fobs, which is unusual on a small map. I mean, I wouldn't take this many fobs. We've actually got 1 fob, which is mine, and Zerg doesn't have any fobs. The 2v2 games tend not to last massively long, tend not to end up in stalemates or anything, so I don't think too many fobs is necessary unless you're going heavy artillery and quite defensive. Which doesn't really work on this map, I don't think. They've got 1, 2... I'll speed it up a little bit just to check their deployment out. Got Sokols here, so that's Kim. So Kim must be using a mixed pack deck, and the other chap, who is Poxo, I guess he's using a Russian deck. They've got 4 CVs as well, so we're going to clash somewhere along the line. So we're underway. So Zerg's brought in a lot of planes, 2 Aardvarks, 2 Phantoms, 3 Harriers. They're bringing in a number of planes as well, both anti-air. So there's going to be a clash here. So the Aardvarks managed to get their bombs away. Well, at least one of them's going to get shot down. Their bombs land nicely. One of the Phantoms gets shot down. The other one just about going to make it out, but drop their lovely napalm, and that has destroyed an awful lot of stuff there. Basically anything in there is going to get completely destroyed. Meanwhile, the Harriers do battle with the rest of the planes. I think he loses one of the Harriers. They did have some nice planes out as well, so that was a pretty mad start. In the meantime, back at the back, my units are pushing up the centre. My CVs are getting into Charlie and Bravo to get us some points, and I'm just pushing these ATGM infantry over towards Gulf. Meanwhile, Zerg, despite taking quite heavy losses there at the start, does continue to push up. And I'll just put it to my perspective so you can see the colours and see what's going on a little bit more clearly. They did lose a lot of stuff there. We also lost a lot of stuff there, and it ended up, well, we are slightly in the lead, but it ended up fairly even. So heavy losses, not even 2 minutes in, and we've suffered a lot of losses on both sides. But Zerg, not to be deterred, still pushes up towards Fox. He knows he's killed a lot of their stuff. I push up and I managed to get my ATGMs over towards Gulf. Now I'm going to speed it up just a little bit and put it on to 2 times. Now I'm not sure exactly what they managed to get into Delta. I did notice that they'd put these, they'd flown over some infantry. I'm not sure exactly how much is in there. I do overfly my OHs a little bit, and they both get taken out. My chaparrals managed to shoot down, I think, one of their planes before it gets destroyed. So it's another one of their planes down, and I managed to unleash my Marines on his infantry in Delta. I do try to bring my Pumas over, but he brings in a MiG-23, which absolutely destroys my my Marines in Delta, which is a bit of a shame. Get a few pot shots off at their aircraft, but I think the aircraft got away this time. So that was another bit of a skirmish, and again heavy losses on both sides. So we're still only 4 minutes into the game, and both sides have already lost over 1,000 points. I think, as we saw there, Zerg just sniped one of their CVs encroaching into Foxtrot, and as you can see, he's just trying to get his CV into Foxtrot now to secure that, which is, wow, it's pretty brilliant, because he has now secured this area here, which pushes them right back into their base. So they're going to be struggling. And although we have I've taken heavy losses, and Zerg has certainly taken heavy losses as well. He just moved his CV out of the way there because he saw these coming in. Again, the Stinger's getting off some shots and managed to take down one of their aircraft there. Yeah, so Zerg manages to get this. He's got quite a lot of forces in here now, quite a lot of infantry to protect his CV, and a few infantry up the front there. So if they want to get this back, they're going to struggle to get Foxtrot back now. We've got this reinforcement point. This whole area is covered. They're pushed back into their base. I've got my ATGMs over in Gulf just to cover anything coming over this hill, and I've also pushed one ATGM infantry squad forward a little bit just into that tree line there. So it's looking good. I do bring in some more infantry and also another CV to take Echo. I didn't realise there were quite so many. He brings his big 23 again to take out my infantry for a second time, although his MiG-23 gets taken down by another chaparral that I brought in this time. I also send in a Mirage just to bomb the area where the infantry were, and I believe I send in a second Mirage. Here it comes, just to take out the other side of this town here, to eliminate any infantry on that side. And Zerg brings in a Harrier there just to finish the job off. So I'm thinking most of the stuff in Delta is destroyed now. There's still a few infantry left, and now it does go quiet. The game quietens down a little bit because I think their offence has pretty much petered out now. And a Nighthawk just drops a few more bombs there, just for the hell of it. I do bring in a Cobra at this point, just to float over on the right side of Delta, because I will bomb that again, and if their infantry appear out, then we'll be able to take their infantry out. I bring in some more Marines here. Xpoxo retires, he's had enough. I think he was the guy trying to advance on my side. Bring in some more Marines here. These are going towards Delta, just to try and make sure that the infantry have been cleaned out. And Zerg also sends an Apache over just to cover Delta as well. The two Mirages go in for a second bombing run, again just to try and eliminate any infantry that are over there. I will send a Puma. This is an empty infantry carrying chopper, and I'll just fly it over the trees just to make sure there's nothing hiding in there. If it gets shot down, I'm not that bothered. I also send in these two empty trucks as well, just to scout this area here, just to check that there's no infantry left over there, because I know that Zerg here is bringing in his Humvee CV, and he's going to put that on Delta, and we don't want that getting taken out. He's also sent a CV all the way over to Gulf as well. So it's looking pretty good, if I say so myself. I mean, I've got basically the whole map sorted out. Credit to this guy. Which one's left in? Kim, is it? Yeah, credit to Mr. Kim. He does keep battling. He's not giving up. He has got some Sokols. He's still got some aircraft and a couple of other choppers, although they're going to be a danger. I do bring in some Harpons. Zerg sends over a Raven to check for any AA. They have actually got a fair bit of AA, and his Raven actually gets shot down with the help of this the aircraft that he spawns out there. I decided to bring in a load of harpons and a leopard as well, and a bit of anti-air. And the idea is just to run these straight up the road and try and get this game finished. I do send some Rolands over across country towards this tree line, just to try and take out any choppers or any aircraft that appear over in this area. So the Humvee arrives in Gulf to get us yet more points, and my harpons make their way towards Hotel. I like these harpons. They are weakly armoured. If they get hit by anything, by a missile of any caliber, they're going to basically get destroyed. But they are cheap. They're 35 each. They fire really fast. They're good against lightly armoured, and against infantry they're excellent. And they also have ATGM missiles, which are not that accurate, but if they do hit, they'll do a fair amount of damage. The main thing is they're cheap, they're plentiful, and they fire really fast. So they're coming over towards Hotel now. I really want to destroy these two Sokols because these are the only real danger to these harpons. I'm trying to get this Roland through the trees to try and take some shots. One of them goes down, and this Roland can't. He's just going to take another shot, is he? He's actually shooting at the aircraft at the moment. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to get this Sokol down eventually. So the harpons, I send them over towards the tree line. We are now CV hunting for his last CV, and there goes his last Sokol. So that's his last aircraft down there, really. Now I do send in a load of aircraft, 2 fighting Falcons, a couple of tornadoes, 3 Mirages, basically just to devastate the forest. And despite all of that air power, he does still keep his CV alive. I think that's his last MiG down there now. We just push the harpons in to look for the CV, and Zerg sending a few Rangers over to do the same job. And yeah, the end is nigh for this guy now. So I can't remember where his last CV was. I think it's right over on the left here somewhere. A few stragglers, a few infantry that are left. He's moving his CV again. So we're obviously getting close to it. And they should find it shortly. We're still fighting, still bringing a couple of units out. Where's his last CV? It's got to be there somewhere. There it is. Harpon's going to take it out, and there we go. GG. So well played to Zerg. Well played, especially at the start there, where, well, it was just a bit mad at the start, wasn't it? But we just the main thing is we took the ground at the start. That made all the difference. Good job, Mr. King. Our Poxo put up a semi-decent fight as well, but good job, Mr. King, for staying till the end. Not a bad score, not a bad game. Not too long. All in all, pretty pleased with that. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.